It's hard to believe such a thing could be true, and I hope such a thing never happens to you. But it happened, they say, to poor Mayzie McGrew, and it happened like this. She was sitting one day at her desk in her school, in her usual way, when she felt a small twitch on the top of her head.
So Mayzie looked up, and she almost dropped dead. Something peculiar was going on there. A daisy was sprouting right out of her hair.
Behind her was sitting young Herman Butch Strudel.
This looks like a daisy up here on her noodle. It doesn't make sense. Why it couldn't be so? A noodle's no place for a daisy to grow.
Then up spoke another boy. Einstein Van Tax, the brightest man in the whole of the class.
It's a very odd place to be found a daisy, but nevertheless, it's for amazing.
Hey, look it!
Cried Butch.
Right here in the room. Daisy Head Mayzie, she's bursting in bloom.
Miss Nietzsche, the teacher, came rushing up quick.
Such nonsense. Some child here is playing a trick. Which one of you boys stuck that thing in her hair? You know that Daisy can never go there.
But teacher!
Said Butch.
I saw the thing rise right out of her head with my very own eyes. Just give it a yank if you think I tell lies.
But Miss Nietzsche had heard quite enough of this talk.
Maisie, hold still. Let me get at that stalk.
Ouch! Hollered Mayzie.
Quit yanking.
Butch said.
You're giving her pains. I bet that those roots going down to her brains.
Kids in the class started shouting like crazy.
Daisy Head, Daisy Head, Daisy Head Mayzie.
Children, be quiet. Good grief and alas.
Miss Nietzsche was shocked by the noise in her class.
I've sat in this room 20 years, maybe more, but I've never seen anything like this before. I'll have to report it. You just have to come to the principal's office and show Mr. Grum.
Now the principal, good Mr. Gregory Grum, was a very nice man, just as smart as they come. He knew more than anyone else in this nation about long division and multiplication. He knew all the answers, why oceans are deep, why skies are so high, and why mountains are steep. He should have the answer to this thing on Mayzie.
My word!
He declared.
It's a genuine daisy. I've seen them quite often in fields growing wild, but never before on the head of a child. And what in the world ever made this thing sprout? I have no idea, but I'm going to find out. It says daisies grow on the land, they grow between rocks, they grow also in sand. I mentioned right here they can grow in a pot. I mentioned the head of a girl, it does not. Daisies, it says, sometimes grow in Alaska, also Missouri, Rhode Island, Nebraska. They grow in Japan and Spain and Peru, and India, France, and Idaho too. They grow in South Boston and also in Rome. But why should they grow in this little girl's dome?
Say, look it, said Mayzie.
It's wilting, it's drooping. How wonderful, Mayzie. It soon will be dead. You'll be rid of that daisy. In just a few minutes, our trouble will pass.
Declared Mr. Grum.
Take her back to class.
Then the principal saw the most terrible sight. Daisy was dying, and that was all right. But that daisy was part of poor Mayzie and McGrew. And Mayzie was starting to wilt away too.
Teacher,
Said Grum.
you know what I think? They're both going to die. Hurry, bring them a drink. That daisy, that girl's the worst problem in town. You take her away and you make her lie down. You lock her up tight in that room down the hall. There are quite a few numbers that I've got to call. Get Maisie's parents on the end of the line. I need them here quickly while there's still time.
On the phone, Maisie's mom asked,
What's all the fuss? Then, goodness, Bessie, I'll catch the next bus.
a call from the shoe store reached Mr. McGrew. He answered while holding a customer's shoe.
Yes. Oh. Yes, this is. Oh no, I really must go.
Come back with my shoe! A doctor should see her.
The principal said.
An expert on plants like the one on her head.
So he called Dr. Eisenbart, who said,
What a trick! My stethoscope back will be there in a tick.
Wait, Doc,
said his patient.
I'll come along too. My brother's a vet and he knows the road.
When he heard, Finch the florist grabbed for his shears.
I'll beat her just as soon as my chuck can chip it.
Meanwhile, poor Mayzie lay down on the couch. The daisy slumped down on the sleeves in a slab. The window was open because it was warm, and the sweet-smelling daisy attracted a swarm of bees.
Bees, bees. The
faster she ran, the faster it flew. So Maisie kept running. What else could she do?
She attempted to hide behind Officer Thatcher, who got there and felt like a bumblebee catcher.
The bee took his hat, Thatcher said.
I'm no fool!
And ran after Maisie back to the school.
Principal Dump didn't know what to do.
It's worse!
Cried the teacher.
Much worse than we feared. The Daisy and Maisie have both disappeared. Behind our companion, Mr. McGrew.
There's my cousin.
Reached the forest, Dr. Ivan McGrew, Dr. Ivan McGrew, and Mrs. McGrew.
Then through the window was Officer Thatcher, who slammed the big shut to release the catcher, jumped Maisie McGrew to the floor in a splatter, with the Daisy still there, except taller and fatter.
My poor little daughter, the Daisy, it's true. I'm going to faint.
Cried Mrs. McGrew.
Tut, tut. Said the floor. There's no need for tears, just because there's a Daisy between your ears. I'll snip it right off with my sharp green shears. She's my patient. Don't touch her. You must get apart. We have to have room. Said the ice bar.
I think Maisie and our plan could help me get a research grant.
Then the door opened wide and the mayor stepped inside. At meetings and greetings, there was none to compare. He was best among speeches, chock full of hot air.
I promise my friends, if that I'm re-elected, this Daisy and Maisie will be disconnected. The law of our fathers is simple and sound. Daisy's belongings should stay in the ground. The rest will be illegal. We'll bar them from town.
From the back of me, boys, sometimes loud, sometimes thick. A baby like dealer can do every trick.
I'm Finagle the agent. You've heard of me, I'm sure. I represent the young what's-his-name, and now others are on tour. But Maisie, you're so special. Please let me shake your hand. Your talent is a wondrous thing, unique in all the land. Daisy Head Mayzie, spelled out in bright light, will draw kids in the day and parents at night. Daisy Head Mayzie, you've got quite a knack. Just stick with me, kid, and sign this contract. Your flower needs a sign too. Maisie, yes, don't be a fool. Her mother says, Maisie, don't be a fool.
And the principal begged her not to leave school, but Maisie didn't stop to blink. She tried her name, the thing proving. And the Daisy sang too.
Whatever. I got it right. Daisy had fever from skipping the nation. That quickly became a worldwide sensation. Daisy had burgers, Daisy had drinks, Daisy had stockings, Daisy had sinks, Daisy had buttons, Daisy had bows. Maisie is famous, the star of the show.
Fame has not found Maisie's door. Not she had it all and more. Piles of money stacked in tens. But when is money? A dream had led her far astray. That was the right. She had it.
Maisie McGrew in a night and day, nowhere to go, nowhere to stay, because she was sure that everyone must have written her off in total disgust over and over again in her head. These are the words that were Maisie said.
I could never go home. Nobody loves me. Nobody loves me.
Nobody loves her. Poor Maisie McGrew. It's hard to believe such a thing could be true. And maybe that's why then Miss Daisy above, when Maisie below, began talking of love. What you know about daisies? When love is in doubt, the job of a daisy is try and find out.
They love her. They love her now. They love her. They love her now. Don't worry, Maisie. They love you. They love me.
Well, that's how it'll happen. The thing went away, and Maisie McGrew was happy today. The doctors were doing it great. All her subjects in room number 8.
In considering that Daisy, you know that it never grew out of the top of her head again ever.
Well, it practically never popped up out there again. Excepting occasionally just now and then. Ping.
The end.